The rain had started an hour ago, and my belongings were getting soaked. I sat in my car across the street from 742 Oakwood Drive, watching water seep into the cardboard boxes stacked haphazardly on the front lawn. My laptop bag, my winter coats. Books I'd been collecting since childhood. All of it getting ruined while my mother stood on the porch, arms crossed, smiling like she'd won something. The new deadbolt on the front door gleamed silver in the gray afternoon light. I'd known something was wrong when I got the text from my neighbor. Your parents are here with a moving truck. Thought you should know. I'd left work immediately, driven the 20 minutes from downtown, and arrived to find this. My childhood bedroom furniture on the lawn. My clothes in garbage bags, my entire life reduced to soggy piles. Mom saw me and walked down the driveway, her smile brightening. Oh good, you're here, we need to talk. What is this? I asked, staying in my car, watching her through the rolled-down window. Your sister Ashley needs this house more than you do, she said simply. She's pregnant, and she needs space for the baby. You're 34 years old, Megan. You can find an apartment. I stared at her. This is my house. Technically, she said, her smile never wavering. But we raised you here for 18 years. We put our hearts into this place. Morally, it belongs to the family. And right now, Ashley is the one who needs it. My father appeared on the porch. Be grateful we raised you here, Megan. Be grateful for everything we gave you. Now it's time to give back. The words hung in the rain-soaked air, so absurd I almost laughed. Instead, I pulled out my phone and made 2 calls. The first was to 911. I need to report an illegal eviction and trespassing. Yes, I'm the property owner. Someone has changed my locks and removed my belongings without authorization. Mom's smile faltered. The second call was to Patricia Chun, my real estate attorney. Patricia, it's Megan Sullivan. I need you at 742 Oakwood Drive immediately. My parents have illegally locked me out of my house and are trying to claim it belongs to my sister. I hung up and looked at my mother. The police are on their way. So is my lawyer. You're calling the police on your own parents? Dad's voice was incredulous. You committed multiple felonies in the last 3 hours, I said calmly. What did you expect? Ashley appeared in the doorway behind Dad, her hand on her barely visible baby bump. God, Megan, stop being so dramatic. We just need the house for a little while. You're being selfish. I own this house, I said. Legally, I bought it from you 4 years ago. I have the deed. The mortgage is in my name. You have zero legal right to be here. We sold it under market value, Mom argued. The sale was never legitimate. We're contesting it, I almost laughed. You can't contest a sale 4 years after the fact. And you definitely cut and lock the legal owner out of their property and move someone else in? A police cruiser pulled up, lights flashing. Officer Davis stepped out, took one look at the scene, my belongings on the lawn, my parents blocking the doorway, me in my car, and sighed like he'd seen this before. Who called? He asked. I did, I said, getting out of the car. I'm Megan Sullivan. I own this property. I came home from work to find my locks changed and my belongings removed. That's not accurate, my mother said quickly. This is a family matter. Do you have documentation proving ownership? Officer Davis asked me. In my car, I said. I retrieved the folder I kept in my trunk, the one Patricia had insisted I maintain. Property deed, mortgage statements, tax bills, insurance documents. Officer Davis reviewed them carefully. Then he looked at my parents. Do you have documentation showing you own this property? We lived here for 23 years, Dad said. We raised our daughter here. That doesn't give you legal ownership, Officer Davis interrupted. According to these documents, Megan Sullivan is the sole owner of this property. You've committed illegal eviction, which is a criminal offense. Do you understand that? This is family business, Mom insisted. Not a legal matter. It became a legal matter when you changed the locks on someone else's property, Officer Davis said. Miss Sullivan, do you want to press charges? Yes, I said. A second car pulled up Patricia Chun, stepping out with her briefcase despite the rain. She was in her 60s, sharp-eyed and no-nonsense, and she'd handled my property purchase 4 years ago. Patricia, I said. Thank you for coming. She nodded curtly, then looked at my parents. I'm Patricia Chun, the attorney who handled the sale of this property in 2020. The transaction was completely legitimate. Fair market value at the time was approximately $310,000. The Sullivans sold to their daughter for $295,000, a modest family discount, but well within legal parameters. She pulled documents from her briefcase. All paperwork was properly executed. Both parties were represented by independent counsel. The deed was recorded with the county. You cannot now claim the sale was invalid simply because you regret it. We didn't understand what we were signing, Mom said desperately. You absolutely understood, Patricia said sharply. I explained every document in detail. You asked questions. You consulted with your own attorney. You were competent adults making an informed decision. I have the signed acknowledgement form stating you understood all terms. Officer Davis was taking notes. Miss Sullivan, your parents need to unlock the door and return your house key. If they refuse, I'll arrest them for trespassing and illegal eviction. This is insane, Ashley said from the doorway. She's my sister. Why won't she just help me? Because you're trying to steal her house, Patricia said flatly. That's not help, that's a crime. A third car pulled up. A woman in her 40s stepped out, someone I didn't recognize. That's my lawyer, Mom said triumphantly. Brenda Morrison. She's been advising us. Brenda Morrison walked up, assessed the situation, and her expression turned stony. Carol, what have you done? We're reclaiming our house, Mom said. Just like you said we could. I never said that, Brenda interrupted. I said you could explore whether there were grounds to contest the sale. I explicitly told you not to take any action until I'd reviewed the documents. I certainly never told you to change the locks and evict your daughter. She looked at Patricia. I'm sorry. My clients apparently didn't understand the concept of wait for legal advice before acting. Patricia's expression was glacial. Your clients committed multiple felonies. I hope you're prepared to defend them in criminal court. Brenda turned to my parents. Unlock the door. Return the key. Do it now, or I'm withdrawing as your counsel, and you can explain this to a judge without me. My mother's hands shook as she pulled the new key from her pocket. The door swung open, revealing my empty bedroom. They'd even taken the furniture. Where's my furniture? I asked. In storage, Dad muttered. The unit on Maple Street. You're paying the storage fees, Patricia said immediately. And you're paying for all damages to Miss Sullivan's property, all locksmith fees, and all legal costs. Consider this your notice of intent to sue for damages. Officer Davis stepped forward. Miss Sullivan, do you want to enter your property? Yes, I said. I walked past my parents without looking at them. Inside, the house was exactly as I'd left it that morning, except for my bedroom, which was completely empty, and Ashley's belongings already moved into it. Baby furniture and boxes. Maternity clothes in the closet. Get your sister's things out, I said quietly. You have 1 hour. Ashley started crying. Where am I supposed to go? Not my problem, I said. You tried to steal my house. Figure it out. It took 3 hours to get everything sorted. Ashley moved her things into Mom and Dad's car, crying the entire time. My parents didn't speak, just loaded boxes in grim silence. Officer Davis stayed the entire time, documenting everything. Patricia cataloged the damages: water-damaged books, a ruined laptop, destroyed clothes. The total came to $8,400. You'll pay this within 30 days, Patricia told my parents. Or we sue. We're also filing a civil suit for emotional distress, illegal eviction, and trespass. I'd estimate damages around $50,000. We don't have that kind of money, Dad said. Then you'll work out a payment plan with the court, Patricia said. And you're lucky Megan isn't pursuing the maximum criminal penalties, which include potential jail time. After they left, after Officer Davis took his final notes and departed, after Patricia reviewed the locksmith's invoice for changing the locks again, I sat in my empty bedroom and cried. Not because I missed my parents, but because I'd finally seen them clearly, people who'd raised me, yes, but people who also saw me as something to be used, discarded, and reclaimed whenever convenient. The lawsuit took 6 months to resolve. My parents' lawyer, Brenda Morrison, advised them to settle immediately. They paid the $8,400 in property damages. They paid $12,000 in legal fees. They paid $15,000 for emotional distress. They signed a notarized agreement acknowledging my sole ownership of the property and promising never to claim otherwise. Total: $35,400. They had to take out a loan to pay it. During those 6 months, they tried to contact me 17 times. Calls, emails, texts, letters. All saying the same thing. We're family, you're overreacting. We just wanted to help Ashley. I blocked all of them. A year after the incident, my brother called. I'd been expecting it. "Megan, this has gone on long enough," he said. "Mom and Dad are devastated. Ashley's struggling as a new mom. You need to forgive them. They tried to steal my house," I said. "They locked me out, threw my belongings on the lawn, and tried to give my property to Ashley." "What part of that deserves forgiveness?" "They made a mistake. They committed multiple felonies," I corrected. "Premeditated. They hired a moving truck. They changed the locks. They moved Ashley in. That's not a mistake. That's a deliberate choice. So you're just going to cut them off forever?" "Yes," I said. He hung up on me. I didn't call back. 80 months after the incident, Patricia called me. "Your parents are trying to refinance their house," she said. "The bank requested documentation of any outstanding lawsuits or judgments. The settlement agreement came up. They're having trouble getting approved because of it." "Good," I said. "Just wanted you to know," she said. "In case they try to contact you asking you to sign something saying the matter is resolved." "It is resolved," I said. "They paid what they owed. But I'm not signing anything that might help them financially." "Understood," Patricia said. "My parents never contacted me about it." The refinance apparently fell through. 2 years after the incident, Ashley sent an email to my work address. "Megan, I know we're not supposed to contact you. But I need you to understand something. I didn't know what Mom and Dad were planning. They told me you'd agreed to let me live in the house. They said you were moving in with your boyfriend and didn't need it anymore. I believed them. When I found out the truth, that they'd locked you out without your permission, I was horrified. But by then, it was done and I was just trying to survive as a new single mom. I'm sorry. Really sorry. I should have questioned their story more. I should have called you. Can we talk?" "Ashley." I read it 3 times. Then I forwarded it to Patricia with a note. "Is this a violation of the settlement agreement's no contact clause?" Patricia responded within an hour. "Technically, yes, but probably not worth pursuing unless she continues." "Up to you." I wrote back to Ashley. 1 line. "No, we can't talk. Don't contact me again." She didn't. 3 years after the incident, I sold the house. Not because I couldn't stand living there, I'd actually grown to love it more, knowing I'd fought for it and won. But because I'd gotten engaged to someone wonderful, and we wanted to buy a place together. The house sold for $460,000. I'd paid $295,000 for it 4 years earlier. After the mortgage payoff and selling costs, I walked away with $193,000 in profit. I used part of it as a down payment on a beautiful colonial with my fiancé. We put the rest in investments. My parents found out about the sale somehow, and my mother left a voicemail. "You sold the house? The house we raised you in? For profit? And you didn't even tell us." I deleted it without listening to the whole thing. 5 years after the incident, my father had a heart attack. My brother called. "Dad's in the hospital."
"He's asking for you." "No," I said.
"Megan, he might die. Then he'll die without seeing me," I said. "He tried to steal my house and throw me out on the street. I don't owe him a deathbed reconciliation. Jesus Christ, you're cold." "I'm consistent," I corrected. They made their choices. I'm living with mine. My father survived. I never visited. 7 years after the incident, I got married. My brother somehow found out and sent a card. "Congratulations on your wedding. Mom, Dad, and Ashley really wish they could be there. It's not too late to rebuild the relationship." I threw the card away. My wedding was perfect, filled with people who loved and respected me, who'd never tried to steal from me or gaslight me into thinking I owed them my property. 10 years after the incident, my mother died, cancer. My brother called to tell me. "The funeral is Saturday. You should come." "No," I said. She's your mother. She was someone who tried to steal my house and then cried when I held her accountable, I said. I'm not celebrating her life or mourning her death. I'm just ... I didn't go to the funeral, didn't send flowers, didn't acknowledge it. My husband asked me if I had any regrets. No, I said. She had 10 years to apologize genuinely, to take real responsibility. She never did. She just wanted me to forget what happened and pretend everything was fine. I'm proud of you, he said. I'm proud of me too, I said. 15 years after the incident, I was cleaning out old files when I found the photos from that day. The ones Officer Davis had taken for his report. My belongings in rain-soaked boxes, the new deadbolt. My mother's smile. I looked at them for a long time. Then I shredded them. I didn't need reminders of who my parents were. I knew, and I built a life completely separate from them, a life based on respect, honesty, and boundaries. My husband found me in the office. You okay? Yeah, I said. Just throwing away the past. We had dinner on our back deck that night, watching the sunset, talking about our plans for the future. We were thinking about buying a vacation property, maybe something near the coast. What about your family? He asked. Do you think they'll try to claim it like they did with the Oakwood house? They won't even know about it, I said. They're not part of my life. They haven't been for 15 years. Good, he said. And it was good. It was the best decision I'd ever made, choosing myself, my property, my peace over people who saw me as something to be used. 20 years after the incident, I was having coffee with a friend when she asked me something no one had asked in years. Do you ever think about reaching out to your family?
No, I said. Why would I? I don't know. Closure?
Forgiveness? I have closure, I said. I know exactly who they are and what they're capable of. That's all the closure I need. And forgiveness isn't something I owe to people who've never apologized or changed. But don't you wonder if they've changed? It doesn't matter if they've changed, I said. They showed me who they were when it mattered. That's enough, she nodded slowly. I think I get it. I sipped my coffee and looked out at the street, at the life I'd built, at the future I was creating. No guilt, no doubt, no wondering what if, just peace. 25 years after the incident, my brother died. Heart attack, just like Dad's had been. His wife called me. We'd never met. I'm calling because before he died, he said I should tell you something. He said he was sorry. That he should have believed you about what Mom and Dad did. That he spent years defending them when he should have defended you. I listened in silence. He wanted you to know, she finished. Thank you for telling me, I said. We hung up. I sat with the information for a few hours. Then I filed it away in my mind under too little, too late, and moved on with my day. Now, 30 years after the incident, I'm 64 years old. My parents are long dead. My siblings and I haven't spoken in decades. I have no relationship with any of them, and I'm okay with that. More than okay. I'm at peace. Because I learned something important that rainy day when I found my belongings on the lawn. You teach people how to treat you. If you accept theft, manipulation, and gaslighting, they'll keep doing it. If you hold them accountable even when they're family, they'll either change or exit your life. My family chose to exit. That was their choice. I chose peace. And I've never regretted it. Not once. Not even for a moment. The house on Oakwood Drive is long gone, sold to a young family who's raised their children there. But the lesson it taught me remains. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is stand your ground. Demand what's yours and refuse to let anyone, even family, steal it from you. I did that. And I'd do it again. Every single time.